All right, what is up, people? Jay here, and you read that title, right? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the top 10 most economical places to vacation in the Caribbean. If you're looking for a budget-friendly getaway, this list is for you. So many of you have been asking, Jay, where can I go to get that sun, that sand, that vibe, without totally emptying my bank account? And I hear you, trust me, I've been there. That feeling of wanting an escape, needing that break, but the numbers just aren't adding up. It's a real struggle. But here's the thing, the Caribbean, it's not all five-star resorts and private jets, despite what Instagram might have you believe. There are these hidden gems, these pockets of paradise, where your dollar, your euro, your whatever you got stretches further than you'd think. We're talking about places where the adventure is massive, but the price tag isn't. I've done the digging, sifted through the noise, and I'm bringing you the straight-up facts, the real deal on how to do the Caribbean right without going broke. So, buckle up. Get your notepad ready, or just, save this video because we're about to go on a journey. We're talking turquoise waters, white sandy beaches, incredible food, vibrant cultures, all accessible, all affordable. This isn't about cutting corners on the experience, it's about being smart with your money. It's about finding those spots that offer maximum awesome for minimum cash. Let's get into it, no fluff, just the good stuff. This is your guide to making those Caribbean dreams a reality. Kicking things off at number 10, we've got the Dominican Republic. Now, when you hear all-inclusive, your brain and your wallet might immediately clench up. You're thinking big money, right? And yes, some places will absolutely try to take you for every penny. But the DR, man, it's got this whole other side to it. It's kind of the king of affordable all-inclusive resorts if you know where to look. We're talking about spots where you can genuinely get your food, your drinks, your room, and sometimes even some activities, all bundled into a price that doesn't make you want to cry. The trick here, and this is crucial, is to do your homework. Look at places like Punta Cana, sure, but also explore areas like Puerto Plata or Samana. These spots often have resorts that are a bit older, maybe not as flashy as the brand new mega resorts, but they still deliver that core Caribbean experience. You get the pool, you get the beach access, you get the buffet that you can hit up multiple times a day. And let's be real, sometimes that's exactly what you need. A place to just unwind, eat too much, and soak up the sun without constantly pulling out your wallet. It's a different kind of travel, but for a budget-friendly, stress-free break, it's a solid option. Definitely one to consider for real. All right, coming in at number 9, we're heading to the island of Irie, Jamaica. This place, man, it's got a soul. It's more than just beaches. It's a whole vibe, a rhythm, a culture that's infectious. And the good news, you don't need a rock star's bank account to soak it all in. Jamaica has this incredible range of accommodation options that go way beyond those sprawling, expensive resorts. We're talking guest houses, small, locally owned hotels, and even hostels in some areas, especially in places like Negril or Port Antonio. These are the spots where you really connect with the island and its people. Think about it, instead of being walled off in some massive complex, you're staying in a place run by a local family. You wake up and maybe have some fresh fruit from their garden, get tips on the best local spots that aren't in any guidebook. That's the kind of travel that sticks with you, and the price difference is huge. You can find clean, comfortable and safe places for a fraction of what you'd pay at a big chain. This frees up your budget for what really matters. Experiencing Jamaica, the jerk chicken sizzling on a roadside drum pan, the sound of reggae music drifting through the air, the sheer beauty of its waterfalls and mountains. It's a journey, an experience, and one that's totally doable on a budget. Sliding into our number 8 spot is Puerto Rico, La Isla del Encanto, the island of enchantment. And here's a massive, massive perk for my American viewers. No passport required. That's right, if you're a US citizen, you can just hop on a plane and go. This immediately saves you money and hassle if you don't have a passport or if it's expired. Think about that. No visa fees, no passport renewal rush. Just book a flight and you're on your way to the Caribbean. That's a pretty sweet deal to start with. And it's a big reason why PR is so accessible, but the savings don't stop there. Flights to San Juan, the capital, can be surprisingly affordable, especially if you're flying from the east coast of the US. Because it's a US territory, you'll often find more competitive flight prices compared to some other international Caribbean destinations. Budget airlines frequently run deals, so keep an eye out. Once you're there, you're still technically in the US in terms of currency, USD obviously, and infrastructure, which can make things a little more straightforward for some travelers. No need to worry about exchange rates or figuring out a new currency. Old San Juan is just incredible. It's like stepping back in time with its cobblestone streets, colorful colonial architecture, and historic forts like El Morro and San Cristobal. Number 7, and this one is a bit of a unique beast, but absolutely worth talking about, Cuba. Now, I know, for Americans, travel to Cuba has its own set of rules and complexities, and you absolutely need to be up to date on the current regulations. It's not as simple as just booking a flight for tourism for US citizens. You typically need to go under one of the authorized travel categories, often support for the Cuban people, but for many other nationalities it's much more straightforward, and once you navigate that entry, the low cost of living there can make for an incredibly affordable trip. The thing about Cuba is that it feels like it's frozen in time, but in the most captivating way. Those classic 1950s American cars cruising down the Malecon in Havana, the crumbling colonial architecture, the revolutionary iconography, it's visually stunning and historically rich. You're not just visiting a place, you're stepping into a living museum, and a lot of that experience, just walking around, soaking in the atmosphere, people watching in a plaza, costs absolutely nothing. Cuba is on this list because, despite any entry hurdles, the on-the-ground cost of experiencing its profound history, vibrant music and dance culture, and unique atmosphere is incredibly low. Number 6, we're talking the Bahamas. Now hold on, before you click away thinking, the Bahamas, budget, are you crazy? Hear me out. Yes, the Bahamas is famous for its mega resorts like Atlantis, for its celebrity visitors, for that high roller image, and those places will definitely drain your funds faster than a leaky boat. But the Bahamas is an archipelago of over 700 islands and cays, and not all of them come with a luxury price tag. There's a whole other side to this nation, especially if you focus on islands like New Providence, where Nassau is, and Grand Bahama, where Freeport is, and look beyond the obvious. The key to doing the Bahamas on a budget is to think like a local, or at least like a savvy independent traveler. Instead of the sprawling resorts on Paradise Island, look for smaller hotels, guest houses, or apartment rentals in Nassau proper, or even further out. Areas like Cable Beach have some more moderately priced options. In Freeport, you can also find less expensive accommodations if you steer clear of the big names. It's about being strategic with where you lay your head, because that's often the biggest expense. Airbnb and similar platforms can be your friend here, offering rooms or entire places at more reasonable rates. Once you've got your accommodation sorted, you'll find that many of the best things in the Bahamas are free or cheap. Number 5, with Barbados. Known as Little England, Barbados offers both luxury and affordability. The West Coast has fancy hotels and celebrity sightings, but there are also budget-friendly options and local markets. Enjoy stunning beauty, friendly bajans, and unique culture. Opt for guest houses or self-catering apartments to save money. The South Coast offers many affordable options. Find charming, locally owned places with kitchenettes. Prepare your own meals to save on dining out. Visit local supermarkets or fish markets for fresh ingredients. Barbados has incredible, affordable local cuisine. Try the national dish, cuckoo and flying fish. Look for rum shops or food vans for amazing cheap food. Cruising into number 4, we have Grenada, the Isle of Spice. Grenada is lush, mountainous and volcanic, famous for its spices. It's an incredibly beautiful place with a chill, welcoming vibe. Budget travelers love the inexpensive activities. Explore natural beauty for free or cheaply. Hike to stunning waterfalls like Concord Falls. Grand Anse Beach is world famous and public. Spend a day swimming and sunbathing. Accommodation caters to all budgets. Find guest houses and rentals, especially in St. George's. All right, we're in the top 3, and at number 3, it's St. Lucia. When you think of St. Lucia, those iconic twin peaks, the Pitons, probably come to mind. They are absolutely breathtaking, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and they define the island's dramatic landscape. St. Lucia has a reputation for romance and luxury, and yes, there are some incredibly high-end resorts tucked away here. But there's also a more down-to-earth, accessible side to this stunningly beautiful island. The key to unlocking a budget-friendly St. Lucia trip often lies in where you choose to stay. The south, particularly around Soufriere, offers a range of more affordable accommodations. Think guest houses, small inns and vacation rentals run by locals. These places not only save you money but also often provide a more authentic experience with incredible views of the Pitons or the lush countryside. Imagine waking up to that view without the 5-star price tag. It's possible. St. Lucia is an island made for adventure, and many of its best attractions are nature-based and relatively inexpensive. Hiking is a big one. You can hike the Gros Piton with a guide, which is required and has a fee, but it's an unforgettable experience. There are numerous other trails through the rainforest, leading to waterfalls and incredible viewpoints. The Sulphur Springs, the Caribbean's only drive-in volcano, is a unique experience where you can take a mud bath. Beaches like Jalousie Beach, Sugar Beach, located between the Pitons, are stunning. Though access can sometimes be managed by nearby resorts, there are ways for the public to enjoy them. Our runner-up is the twin island nation of Trinidad and Tobago. It's less about resort tourism and more about vibrant culture and biodiversity. Trinidad is industrialized with a bustling capital and incredible carnival. Tobago offers serene beaches and rainforests. Trinidad's carnival is world famous, an explosion of music and color. Outside of carnival, enjoy soca, calypso and steel pan music. Affordable accommodations are available in both islands. And here it is, folks, my number one pick for the most economical place to vacation in the Caribbean. It's Belize. Belize is in Central America but has a Caribbean vibe and is part of CARICOM. It's perfect for budget travelers into nature, history and marine life. Belize boasts the second largest barrier reef, Mayan ruins and wildlife-rich jungles. Affordable accommodations and activities make it a top budget destination. From Caye Caulker to San Ignacio, budget options abound. The Belize Barrier Reef offers world-class snorkeling and diving. Swim with nurse sharks and stingrays at Hol Chan and Shark Ray Alley. Enjoy kayaking, fishing and sailing without breaking the bank. Explore incredible Mayan ruins like Caracol, Sunantunik and Lamanay.